Good morning. Welcome to my channel, JB's Crochet. I'm Amber. Good morning, Melissa J. You're the first one I see on my end. And BB and Lisa. Okay, let's see. I am setting up my Addie here. Trying to get this in the right spot. I think that's good. That's good. It's good. It's really close to me though. I need less stuff. I need less stuff. Can you guys help me out with that? Win all my makes and then I don't have to keep it. And I just keep making new makes for you guys. Good morning, Monique. I had to mix coffee again today. I was running out of whatever was in the canister. So then I had to grind a little bit from the grinder. Not too bad. Not too bad. So my plan for today changed. I was going to work on these. I'm going to do that off camera and I'll just show you guys progress when I get it done. Good morning, Grammy Rita. All right, let me pull up what I'm going to do here. I think you guys can see it sitting here, my little friend. I haven't had her out and oh my gosh, she's got dust all. I need to figure out how to make a cover for this thing. You know, like those cake covers, you know, with little handles and you pull them off. I need to make it so it's big enough to go around the handle of this thing. And I can set it on here because it just sits and collects dust. Good morning, Kimberly. Grammy Rita. Monique. BB. That's what you get when you come to my channel. You get cray-cray. Good morning. Mirror? No. Nope. Okay. Let's turn this camera on. Let's get this party started in here. Okay. Do we want to make that big or small? What do y'all think? I could do it like that. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? What do y'all like? You like that? Or that? Or this? Or this? I'm just being silly. I'm being silly. It's Friday. Let's be silly together. Tammy! Tammy! BB, did you find your boyfriend yet? Didn't you lose your boyfriend once before? You should go look in the spot you lost him last time, where you found him last time. You never know. It might be the right. It might be this. It might be the spot. I don't know which one I like better, y'all. I don't. I think that, because then you can see everything. I just need to do some adjustments, and then I go off camera. Sorry for the shaky. My arm handle bumped the. I gotta turn this around. I put it up. I put it in here wrong when I put it in here. Can that fit under there? Nice. It can, but I need it to be like that. No boyfriend, huh? I would love to know what is causing my arms to do this, y'all. Like, I think I'm getting an allergic reaction to soap in my stuff. I don't know. I thought you've lost it before. Well, I don't know, Kimberly. I was thinking either a hat, I could show you a really quick make on this, or I was thinking of starting a blanket with my scraps, using up my scraps. Now it's been a hot minute since I've had her out. Can you tell? I feel bad. I need to figure out how to clean this thing. It's got dust all over it. It just sits out and I feel bad. And like every time I walk past it, I'm like, ugh, I need to put a cover on this, but I need to get all the dust off first somehow. So, do you want me to show you how I make a blanket, which would be something you guys could make if you had these with me, because it won't be done today. Oh yeah, my husband made this for me. So it is a tabletop from Lowe's or Home Depot. I think Home Depot. It's a round Rabel top. It's a round tabletop. It's like 36 inches, 24 inches. I think it's only 2 feet. I don't know. And then he cut the hole out in the center. I got this idea from Cinnamon Stitches. And then he put the legs on the bottom. And then obviously he made it to where the legs stayed open in the center. I could put a basket down there if I wanted to, which if I make a blanket, I will need to put something down there so that my stuff doesn't twist on the carpet, because it will burrow itself into the carpet. This is the Big Addy. Yep. Do you want me to do the blanket or hat? I can do either one. I've got my scrap. This is my waste yarn bag. I got it out to see. Sometimes I don't even take the waste. I don't even pull it apart. I just left it. I left it as one piece. That's waste yarn that you can pull off after you've completed your make. It's been a hot minute since I've actually used it, so I might stumble. What do y'all think? What do y'all want? Do you guys want this bigger, or is it big enough? Like, is the proportions of each thing good for you guys? A hat? Okay, I can do a hat. Let me grab some yarn. It's itchy. I'm gonna grab a Karen Simply Soft, because let me tell you what, that stuff goes through this like butter. Now, if it proves me wrong this morning, I'm gonna be a little bit irritated. But normally, this girl loves her Karen Simply Soft. You know what? Here's some scraps. I can show you some color changes and everything. We'll just throw these scraps together. Oh wait, that's cotton. I can't do that one. Nope, that's cotton. Why is that in there? All right, so I have a little bit left over of this. It's not Karen Simply Soft, but it's the same stuff. And then I have some yellow. It's essentially the same thing. Okay, so I'm trying to remember. Let's see. A blanket on a music. I didn't know you could do that. Well, hey, let's do it next Friday or next Wednesday. Let's start doing it on Wednesday or Friday. I don't know what day I'm going to do it. But if you guys want to come and work on one with me, that could be something we could do as a make-along, but it's kind of a last-second spot. Like, literally, just bring your scraps. Kimberly. I'm trying to remember. I don't need to do waste yarn on this. On the hats. Okay. I gotta find my little tool. I'll have to get you guys the link for this, but there's a person on Etsy. Her name, can't remember her name now. But her business name is Southpaw. Southpaw. Let me see if I can find a thing with her name on it. Southpaw Fiber Arts. So I get my Addy stuff from her, from this person right here. She does these little hat. These little hat pom-pom holders. These are pom-pom holders. And these are plastic, so they can get washed, but you don't want to wash pom-poms. You pull them off and then wash the hat. Yes, concentrate on driving, Melissa. Good morning, Margaret. But this is a little tension guide that she sells. And I use these all the time on here. I don't know, can you see? I might have to move this up a little bit so you can see what I'm doing here. So I don't know if I have this set to the right tension, but it, you know, it's on there for now. You love the table. I love it too. My husband's pretty awesome. He is pretty awesome. Okay, this has been a hot minute since I've actually used this thing, y'all. So it give me grace. I am gonna stick my feet through here because it allows me to get up close and personal to my table here. I scooched myself in, I'm trying to get my camera for me in a better spot. Go the wrong way. There we go. Yeah, I love my Addy. Okay, so what I need to do is I actually need to go back. So with the Addies, they have black pins. There's 3 black pins on here. You'll see there's 3, and then the rest of them are white. And you'll notice this is black right here. That's actually my doing. It is Sharpie. I've taken and colored the whole the whole outside of this. It will rub off over time, so then I have to reapply it every once in a while. But it helps you when you're cranking and you're just going away. You can see the black one coming around and know when you need to stop. And then I need to reset my little counter to 0. You can't see it because of the tension guide on here, but there's a little counter under here. I'll move this. You can see the counter. You can't even really see it on the camera either. But, okay. So we don't have to do any tail or anything, but we just leave a little, well, we don't have to slip knot is what I meant to say. I know, me. That's what I'm doing, Kimberly. I'm dusting her off, like, while making something at the same time. So we leave a little tail down in there. It will get longer because we're going to cinch the hat when we're done. So I just hook it underneath that first hook. I hold it. And actually, hold on. I need to come a little, there we go, a little bit past, so that way it will stay under the hook. I'm going to feed it through here. I'm actually going to, because of the tension guide in here, I'm going to bring it up through the top. Normally with these, they come out where the tension guide's coming out, the yarn is, that's where the yarn comes out. But because these tension guides are there, you got to come up through the top one here, which is also another tension guide that the Addy comes with if you're not familiar with that. And you see this little hole right here? That holds needles. You can actually put needles in there. Put a needle, tapestry needle, so then when you're ready to sew up your hat or whatever you're making, you have it there. You've made mini hats. I know, I've made mini hats on this thing too. So then I feed this through here between these little, call my little monkey clang clang, you know, things. It reminds me of that. And then there's a little, like, inside here, I don't know if you can see it, there's a little thing that's kind of gray looking because it's gotten dirty. I make sure the yarn goes underneath that. Make sure everything's good. And then I'm going to hold the tail. I'm actually going to come from underneath so I don't cover, because you could just hold it like this. Oh, you know what? I gotta cast on first. Whoop. Hold on a second. Rewind. Like I said, it's been a hot minute. All right, so first we're going to catch the first hook, like I said. I was doing it right. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go behind the second one, go in front of the next one, behind, in front, behind, in front, behind, in front. And I'm just going to do this all the way around. No reason to go fast. I'd be doing it this slow even with not showing you guys. Okay, I gotta pay attention here. I tried to look over at the camera on the screen. Just make sure they're catching every other one. All right, so I'm coming around to the last white one. So this is where I need to go through here. So I feed it through, come underneath that again, come through that little teardrop hole, come back through my little clang clang things and go underneath the that little notch or whatever. And then, you can't see it. Let's stretch this a little bit. There's a little round thing right here on the end of my tensioner that has a slit in it, and you put the yarn just inside the hole. So try to keep this where you can see most everything. Good morning. Got some yarn blanks for dyeing. Yeah. All right. So, in the past, I have done 120 rows, I believe, for this, but I'm going to go as far as this will let me. If I can get to 60, I may switch over to this silver and make it a gold and silver hat. Make it a two-tone hat. If not, then I'll probably do, if I can go the whole, I don't think I'll go the whole way with that. That won't make a whole hat. That'll make a partial hat. So it's been so long since I've actually used this that I gotta pay attention to it because she's dusty. And with these addies, you do not want tension on them, too much tension. So the point of the tensioner isn't necessarily to put a ton of tension on it. It's more or less to give you even tension, if that makes sense. I'm actually going to empty this tote because I need to put this. It's easier if the yarn is not up on the table. So I'm going to move it. Oh, I can't get it in there. The bucket's too big to fit in this hole. I gotta move. There we go. All right, I'm trying to do this without bumping you guys too much. All right, so I'm gonna put it down in there. Somebody put a hot glue gun on here. There's hot glue remnants on my table. I am doing well, Sharon. Good morning. That is so frustrating that there's hot glue on my table. Somebody other than myself, because I would not have done that. Okay, this camera. There. I want it to stay on me. If anybody gets dizzy, please let me know. I cannot do this because this is kind of dizzy. Now that I'm going, I can just kind of let it go. You can definitely hear the dust in there. Hopefully this will clean it out a little bit. My duster hat. And honestly, I won't know if it's dropping any stitches until like I, go several rounds. So far we've done technically 4 rounds because the first round was the cast on. I don't think I reset my counter after the cast on. A lot of people start counting after the cast on. So, man, this thing's actually a lot quieter than I remember it. I think it's got a lot of dust in it. So far, all my stitches are, staying. There's these little in between these big things. There's little teeth right here, and so far all my loops are staying where they're supposed to, and everything's acting like it should. I meant to grab like an air canister or something and blow all the air or the dust off of this as best I could to clean it off first, but I just went head first and dove right in. And I am holding onto this. I'm just letting it run through my fingers, and only because I like to catch any like knots or whatever that come through there. Good morning, Frizzy. So, I mean, this is all I do until I reach the 120. Just crank away. If this is something you guys can't watch, I don't have to keep doing this. I can turn the camera off too. Because I know that when I stare at it for a while, it gets a little loopy. I don't want to make the Frizzy dizzy again. But you can see how that black peg comes around. Well, not peg, but you know, this black thing, whatever it's called. You can see it coming around. That indicates a new round. And honestly, this is how slow I go. I do it at a nice steady speed. I try to make sure I'm sitting up a little higher so that I'm, you know, not down or up and I'm like got my shoulder like this or something. It is kind of at a relaxed level. And I just go slow. I don't go too fast. And these hats, they really don't take that long. They take me about 30 to 45 minutes talking. It can get so mesmerizing. So I apologize if I get into the like this like quiet mode where I'm like staring at it. I wanted to see if I had any of these clips in here. I don't. I don't know where I put them. These aren't heavy enough. So I wanted to. I like to put weights because this isn't heavy enough. I don't think this would hold it down. So by using weights, it pulls down, like lightweight weights. You don't want to put too heavy of weights on it, but something lightweight that'll pull it down just a little bit. So it also gives you like an extra security to make sure it stays on these teeth and you're not dropping stitches. But so far, you can visually see that everything looks pretty even so far. And I don't see any weird wonky stitches going on. I do not have an electric adapter because I spent so much money on this thing that I don't want to replace it. That I'm not going to take the chance and put something electric on it. Now, my husband was saying that the battery operated like screwdrivers, you could use those because they don't go very fast. What you don't want to happen in my mind is I don't think you want to put those drills on here that make them go like, you know, like super fast. I see the appeal in that. Don't get me wrong. My arm is already starting to get a slight bit tired, but I take a quick break and go back to it and I'm fine. 45 minutes maybe, but I'm also stopping. I'm at 26 rounds already in the few minutes I've been doing this. So I'm moving my coffee hopefully to a spot that it won't fall off. But yeah, no, I'm paranoid about burning up gears and melting plastic and you know, and if it's going too fast, you can't catch the yarn if it like has a knot in it. It goes too fast. Whereas this, I mean, I just go slow. I just do this for fun. You know, it's mesmerizing. If it's going too fast, it's not as mesmerizing. Like this, you're just kind of like, oh, this is cool. And the sound, I don't know. I'm not into the whole ASMR stuff, but like the sound of this, it's one of those sounds I could listen to. I actually have a shorts video on my channel where I just put it out there where you can hear it just going around in circles the whole time. Yeah, yarn barf. I'm like, But what we're looking at though on this is the inside of the hat. So, well, for me, you can make it the outside if you really wanted to. I'm going to try and be careful and show you the other side. But you can see the other side is what's the knitted looking side when we take it off. You just got to be careful pulling it up, because if you pull it up, you could potentially pull them off these teeth. That's why I was like really careful to show you. But I usually don't have too many issues with this yarn, so that's why I've been comfortable enough using it. Just going straight for, making something. Yeah, me too, Sharon. I'm like, I spent a pretty penny on this thing. I don't want to spend it again if I don't have to. I've had this thing for over a year now, so I'm like, and I haven't replaced any parts on it yet. Not saying I won't have to anytime soon. I'm just saying I have been lucky enough to not have to replace any of the teeth yet. And I have hit them a few times. So that is the one thing with these, is with the Addies, with these, you want to make sure, you see how this tooth, you can kind of see it's starting to come over the top of this gold piece. When have I hit it? I'm trying to remember. There's a point that if you don't make sure it's closed, I think the teeth will snap on it. But I've been lucky enough that I've missed it, that I've hit it, but like I've been lucky enough to not break the teeth yet. It's good arm workout, it's good cardio. And if you really wanted to do both sides, you could flip it around and, do your left hand if you wanted to. It is, I mean, this is a right-handed machine. I will say that. Now, if you wanted to do it left-handed, this would just be over here. But I believe it would be it would just be opposite of you. Isn't necessarily a bad thing, but you would just have to adapt a little bit. Yeah, this is Big Twist Shine. It's basically Big Twist's version of Karen Simply Sops. It's not as pretty. The yarn's a little not as pretty, I think, as Karen. I don't know, but it's very similar in its thickness and its shininess and all that. All right, so I'm coming up on 50 rounds, y'all. And I haven't even hit the table yet. The table is right, I'm sliding my hand straight out. Like I haven't even hit the table. It's got about an inch before it hits the table. If the table is there, it has about an inch. Oh no! Your little Addie stopped working after one use. That stinks. Oh wait, no, after using it one weekend. Okay. Yeah, you know what's funny? I got the little Addie. I convinced my husband to let me get it, and I still haven't used it. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm dragging my feet. And I can take this one off and put the little one on, but I don't want to do that. I don't like having to move things. I don't like having to remove certain things to do other things. Like, yes, I know I say I have to clean off my counters just to work on them, but this is one of those things. I don't want to have to undo the bolts to put another Addie on here to use it. And I'm almost done with the yarn of this color. So about halfway through, so our hat will be two-toned. So one side of the hat's going to be gold and one side of the hat's going to be silver. I'm almost at 60. And I've almost used up my yarn. I'm just going to let it go to wherever it goes. I mean, technically, if I wanted to do it half and half, where when you wear it, the gold is your head and the silver would be your brim. But I'm going to go until this runs up, which it's pretty close. It's going to go a little past 60. So what I might do is I might make this a little extra long hat, make it a little slouchy, and just double whatever I do on this gold color, I'll do on the silver color. Yeah, and if you use yarn like this that your Addie will love, it will go it'll go smoothly, where you could do like I am right now, where all you have to do is concentrating on cranking the right direction. And honestly, my arm's not getting that tired. It has been a while since I've used this, so. Alright, so I'm like literally down to the, that's it right there. So what I'm gonna do is, this won't make it around to the other side. I have like maybe 2 feet left. It's not gonna make it one more rotation. It's gonna be cutting it close. I will literally be playing yarn chicken. So what I'm gonna do is we take it out of our little contraption here and do the little ding and make sure it goes around the front of the last white hook or needle, whatever you want to call those teeth, and you drop that tail in there. I'm gonna bring in my new one. This one's not caked up. It's a floppy skein, and I'm literally just gonna lay this one in there like that. Come in between the two that I just ended on. Feed it back through my stuff. I'm holding it here so I can feed it through this without pulling this tail back through. And then I'm gonna hold these 2 tails and crank a few stitches. And I'm going to take the 2 tails and do my little knot that I like to do. I'm going to tie these in a knot. So I like to change my colors not in the middle of a row, at the end of the round like I am now. So, and yes, I am trying to do this tight, not tight, but I tighten it down as best I can without pulling it too tight and pulling it off the teeth. And then what I'm going to do is, just to make this a little easier, I'm going to cut the gold one just a little shorter so it's not so long. And that's all the waste I have from the gold there. Not too bad. And then you just proceed. So I was at 60, I'm on 65 now. So it's flipping over to 66. So I'm going to go to 130. But the thing is I got to watch this yarn. It's not in a cake, and so it's adding a little extra tension onto it. So I got to keep pulling a bunch out. Cuz you don't want it to, like, you know, when you're crocheting, you can kind of work through the tightness a little bit, but not too much. You don't want it to be tight even when you're crocheting. With these, you definitely want to make sure that the tension isn't too tight. No worries, Arrow. Good morning. Yeah. If we have time when I'm done with this hat, I can show you how I cast on real quick. It's no big deal. Another thing people like to do with these as they're making them, you know, if you don't have a table like I do, and even sometimes I'll do this so it doesn't go too far down, is you can pull this up, and this will actually add as a weight. You just kind of roll it, and it sits on itself like that. And that'll help provide a little bit of tension on the inside there for you. I'm trying to just keep going without it. Let's see if there's a little bit of tension, if it does anything. I'm not a tutorialist. I mean, I like to teach things to people, and I've had a little bit of a light bulb moment this morning where I want to start doing stuff like this. But the thing is like, I'm going to run out of ideas to show you because I don't want to teach you something that's somebody else's. You know what I'm saying? Like, but trust me when I say this yarn I'm using currently, this Shine from Big Twist, and the Karen Simply Softs, and the Loops and Threads, whatever theirs is called. I don't know if you can hear it. It has a different sound to it as it's going through. It's just smooth. When I use other yarns, it's not as smooth. It's just, there's different yarns make different sounds, to be honest. And even the Red Heart, it don't like it. I have to use a special, I don't even know where it's at. I have what's called Thread Magic, I think. It's like a ball of wax or something that I stick on the outside of my little row counter down here. And I run the yarn through it. It almost makes it slicker, so to speak, I guess. I don't know. And somehow or another, I can make my way through Red Heart. Now, it doesn't like it. And if I go slow enough, it works. I will say that different, okay, do you hear that clack, 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 clack it's starting to do? It's starting to get unhappy about something. And good morning, Mandy. Yeah, she's starting to get unhappy about something. Her cranking's not, it's getting tighter. I'm trying to keep this loose. I don't know if it's this, because if they're too tight on here, the teeth can't pull the next yarn through, I think, is what the issue is. And so I'm not an expert on these things, y'all. I've barely been using these that long enough to, I think, what's her name? Her name's Cheryl, but I can't think of her. She does hats on her knitting machines. There we go. A little happier. I can feel the difference. It's funny how you can feel the difference. I think I was getting too tight. You can kind of sort of, I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up. You can kind of sort of see in the silver, I don't know if you can see it, and it looks like it's just had issues right in there. So we're coming up on 90. The tension is tight. Smart machine, you don't like Red Heart either. Yeah, well, don't look at the screen while I'm doing this. This will put you back to sleep, Mandy. The wolf cut into about 6 inches off and added bangs. I was feeling saucy. Well, we need pictures. Can you share a picture with us in Discord? Yeah, I should have caked up this yarn before I used it, but I did not. I will say, caking up yarn before you put it in your Addy is, I would recommend, because you can pull it off the top, and you're not dealing with a skein laying on its side unless it's up on the same level as your machine. But because I have it down in a bucket, it's pulling the yarn like this and up. So it's like the skein itself is putting tension on the yarn as it's pulling up, and so that's why it was having issues on here. You can kind of see. I think it was having too tight of issue right there, and remember where I was saying it felt different. Koala Knits. No, it's not Koala Knits. She does lives about once a week. Her name's Cheryl. Oh, if you give me a second, I can find her channel. Hold on. I'm subscribed to her, obviously. Let's see. What is her name? I can't even think of her name off, like the channel name, what it starts with. It's not Crafting a Cup. Does it start with a K? I know Koala does, but Hoopin' Home. Hoopin' Home. That's her channel. Hoopin' Home. Oh yeah. I need to start pulling it out more because it's liking it now because it just feels better. It's not as poppy, if that makes any sense. So even though I have the table here, I still roll this up because my legs are under there. So if it hits my legs eventually, which it probably would if I let it out, but like I said, tension is a big deal on these things. I am trying to make a hat. This is the first time I've had this thing out in a long time. It's been many months. So I was going to come on here and show you guys how I make a blanket. I've already made one, and it was actually kind of fun to make. And I was going to make this one scrappy. So I was literally going to just put on the scrap and just let it go for as long as it goes. And I need to figure out how many rounds I need to do in order to make like a big blanket. I don't remember how many it took on the blanket that I made, but I think the blanket that I made is within the Boggy Creek parameters. Okay, I gotta go see the picture. I gotta go see the picture. Ooh, gorgeous. Frizzy P. Your husband's gonna have to go, you know, everywhere you go to protect you. Keep all the other guys off of you. Like, that's gorgeous. I love that look on you. I like the fresh new look on you. Let's see. I just hit 100 rows, y'all. Rounds, rows, whatever you want to call it. I still got 30 more to go. I want to say that these hats, when I make them, they almost reach the floor. That's why I roll them up, because the yarn, the tail that I leave at the beginning will sometimes, it'll sit there and do this on the carpet, and it will literally burrow itself into the carpet fibers. So this is going to take me a smidge longer to get through just because I'm having to do this. I'm trying to pull enough out to go several rounds before I have to do it again. You know, I haven't greased my thing yet. I haven't done any, I've literally done nothing to this thing since I got it. Well, okay, the only thing I have done is I've put some grease on this handle because it did start squeaking after a while. And honestly, for sitting for so long, it's still pretty quiet. So seriously, Frizzy, that's a gorgeous look on you. All right, so I did 65, so I do need to do, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to 130. I don't see any issues with the hat so far, so I think we're doing okay. Pull some more out. It's not going very far. Hoping I can make it to 130. Only got about 20 more rounds to go. And because I'm close to being done, I probably will only roll this up one more time before. Don't start doing that to me, please. All right, roll it up one more time. Gotta be careful when you do this so you don't accidentally pull it off the teeth. What did Mandy say that you agreed to? Let's see. Oh, I missed it. It's not on my screen anymore. 15 more rounds. And honestly, my arm isn't really that tired yet because I keep stopping. So, well, in my personal experience, the shiny yarn, you know, light 4-weight. I have used Big Twist in here. Big Twist will work depending on the color, I guess. I don't know, but it's been a while. But I can definitely say for sure that like the Karen Simply Softs, this is Big Twist Shine, which you can't obviously get anymore. The shiny yarns, like oops, like this. I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna. Yeah, you can see the sheen on that. So on the handle, I put it like right here on the screw on the back side here, and just, you know, actually I put it in here to where it stops squeaking. Well, I mean, what kind of knitting machine tutorials are you guys wanting to see? I can try to figure it out. All right, BB, have a great day, and I hope that your telehealth visit goes well for whoever it is for, whether it be for you or anyone else. All right, 9 more rounds. I'm almost done. So I've gone 45 minutes since we started the show, or the live this morning. I don't know when I started this. I don't know how long ago I started. So I want to say probably 40 minutes. Yeah, it will work with Red Heart, but you have to be very gingerly. You have to be like just really slow and ginger with it. I have run Red Heart through this, maybe twice. I don't know if I've done it any more than that. Yep, the center is like the Karen Simply Soft and Big Twist as well. Well, what kind of tutorials are you guys wanting to see? Y'all, I'm almost running out of this yarn too. But I only have 4 more rounds. I'll be able to make it. I basically started this, and I'll be able to finish it here on the live with you guys. And you know what? I have pom-poms I can put on it. I still have pom-poms left. 2 more rounds. Oh, you hear that click, 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 click. It's getting a little unhappy again. All right. Yes, I know. You're almost done. Thank you for working with me. I'm going to go 1 more time around because I just got onto 130. All right, so the end of this one, it'll flip over to 131, but I'm not going to start 131. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a long tail because we're going to use this to go around. So what you want to do is a tip I heard was to basically wrap the yarn around the outside. I mean, I've been able to eyeball this, so I could show you that, but just wrap it around the machine a couple of times, maybe 2. I think 2 is plenty, to be honest. And this is what I had left of the silver. I could add that to my chain ball, I suppose. All right, so I'm going to pull this around here gently without like pulling it up, you know, yanking on it. And then I'm going to find a tapestry needle. I know. The Red Heart, you have to be, like I said, you got to be ginger with it. All right, so I'm going to pull out, I want one of these gold ones so you can see it. All right. Now we're going to pull it off. Okay? This is fun. This is one of the fun parts. So I have just a regular tapestry needle. I'm gonna feed this on here. Like I said, I probably made my tail way too long because, like I said, normally I eyeball it, but all right. So I'm gonna pull it out of my little thing here. Open up my yarn tension guide. Pull out that. Make sure it stays in front of this last white one. Okay. Make sure you close. This is what I'm talking about. If this isn't closed, it sits right here where the other teeth, when they're coming around, can actually click on it. But if it's sitting here, it's out of the way. When it's closed, it's out of the way. All right, so then I'm going to take the yarn, put it all over here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to start cranking the same direction we've been going. So I'm going to crank it just to where 3 to 4 needles are down. So there's 3 to 4 needles right here that are down. This one's still up a little bit, but I'm going to do these 3 right here. And then I'm going to take my needle. Do I need to go in closer? Do you guys want me to go in closer? Let me see. Okay, now you can see it better. All right, let me readjust where this is at. Maybe. All right, so you see my 3 needles right here. It's not very clear. It's like clear out here, but not clear right here. I need it clear here. Camera, I need it clear here. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my tapestry needle. I'm going to go between the 2 teeth, and I'm going to pick up this loop, make sure it stays on the needle. And the first maybe 10 or 15 of these, you're going to be careful pulling on it because you don't want to pull these off. Because if you pull these off, you've dropped your stitches, and that's, nobody wants that. I mean, you could also put your fingers here as you pull this through so they stay on there. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay, make sure it goes underneath the lip there. And then you come to the next one. I don't want to flip you off, sorry. You pull up the next one just like this. And this takes a few minutes to do to get around. Especially because I made a really long tail, so it's going to take a hot minute to pull it all through. And you just do this all the way around. So I'm going to go another 3 stitches. Like I said, I don't remember, but I want to say like somewhere from like 5 to 10 of these before you can get where it loosens up a little bit. Oh, those didn't come off the hook like they should have, the needles. I'm like, what is going on here? Hold on. These should be off both teeth, and they're not. Okay, there we go. It's okay if they come off the teeth. Once you've got this yarn going through them, they can come off the teeth. But sometimes I'll do this. You know, I won't pull it all like through. I'll do a couple just to make sure I get all of those so they don't fall off. And I do a few more. This is what's going to take a few minutes, a few extra minutes too. It's just a little tedious and not time consuming. It's just, I don't know. It's not as fun as cranking, you know. And the one thing I like about Cheryl's channel, Hoop and Home, she says, keep cranking, be cranky. I love it. Arrow, what's yes, please? And what do you guys want to see with this? Like, what do you want to see if I were to do tutorials on? Like, I do want to make a blanket, show you guys how I make my blanket. But I used somebody else's tutorial, so, but I'm gonna, you know, show you how I did it following theirs. And honestly, I don't remember which one at this point anymore. And yes, it's okay if it's coming off like that, because I have it, you know, my live stitches are on the I'm gonna try and fix this so it's like clear, right? Oh, but it keeps going up like that. Ugh. There we go. Now you can see it. Okay, there we go. All right. So I'm gonna try and do this. You can grab a bunch like this, as long as you keep them on there. Go in the same direction. And get a few done at one time there. And move a little faster. Once you get comfortable, you know, doing this. But I don't start doing this until I'm well into doing this because I don't want to drop those first few stitches. So, and then towards the end here, I am going to have to start holding, like you're going to start seeing like you're going to need an extra hand. So sometimes I like to take a book. I'll take like a book and slide it over the hole if I can fit one in here. So that way it holds my work up. Because if it goes down in that hole, it pulls down on it and it stretches things out. This is how I've always done the removal. I've always done it this direction. I'm going from the inside of the machine towards me. So I'll alternate between going. I've always done it this way, and I've always seen it done this way. So, good morning, Magic Frog. Yes, I did an arrow. Yay! So yeah, just pull a few off at a time here. This goes a lot faster when you can go like this and not having to do one at a time. Yeah, if you don't have a table like me, you can still do these. Like you can, I mean, if you noticed, I was keeping my hat up off the table anyway, even though I have the hole there. But for like those longer panels that I make, the hole comes in handy. And sometimes I let the hats just go straight through, you know, but I just felt like rolling it up today. So just going through, picking up my stitches. Definitely goes a lot faster when you can go like this. I got a few more left. And then I'm going to turn this camera off because I think I can, well, that or I'll turn it off for a second for you guys and readjust it so I can show you the finishing work of this. All right, so it's done. My little rolled up hat. All right, let me turn this camera off real quick. I'm just going to readjust it, and I just don't want it to be all weird for you guys. And pull myself out. That is so much easier when I can stick my feet through there and get up close to it. If I have to sit far away, that's when my arm starts hurting. Hey, look at that. I've used up another ball band that I can add to my thing. I've already got a ton in there. Like this little bucket that I got from Target will fit. I can fit it underneath the Addy, and it sits inside that hole where my feet were. Okay, I haven't done anything more than a blanket and hats. So I would have to do some, I mean, you guys could go along the journey with me and watch me make something. Watch me fumble and famble through it. All right, so I'm just gonna leave that on there. All right, I'm gonna bring this over here. All right, and then I'm gonna go back to the camera. It's upside down. Hold on. Because I've almost 360'd this thing around. So, okay, let's go back to this. All right. Turn the camera back on. Good morning, Marianne. You missed all my cranking. Okay, so now this was the inside of the hat that we were looking at the whole time. And see, that's where all the rolled up stuff is. I'm basically going to just unroll it to where the inside is inside and the outside is outside. And what I'm going to do is what you want to do is to relax all the stitches or get them like not so wide or whatever. You just go through and just pull, just, you know, just kind of stretch it out. It relaxes the stitches. And this is so soft, y'all. Just go through and, okay, so you see how wide it is, I guess. You can, if you stretch it, well, it doesn't really make too big of a difference. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to come in here and find that knot. And I'm going to make sure it's really good knotted. And knot it one more time because this is inside the hat. So guess what? It doesn't bother anybody because you don't feel it. And then guess what? I'm going to cut these short and they're going to stay just like that. Okay, that over there. Oh, my thumbs are sticking to it. So you see how it kind of got all wrinkly? If you just kind of stretch it, it gets it nice and relaxed. And then basically, you just pick an end. Pick an end and, okay, you guys are getting too loud up there. Okay, so basically, pick an end. And these act like a drawstring, these tails. So don't pull these out of anything. Like, you will lose stitches if you do. This is our cast on row, cast on end. So basically, you just pull it and it cinches it in like a little cinch sack. And you just roll these stitches down in there as you're doing it. Okay. Pull it nice and tight like that. I'm going to take my tapestry needle, put it on here. And then I'm going to, I don't remember how I did this, so I'm just kind of making this up as I go. I'm going to like feed it in the hole, but I'm going to come out, like there's a strand. The strand that you're pulling on, you'll be able to feel it and go up underneath it and come out like this. And I'm going to go into the loop that I just made. I'm going to pull this tight. It's like a little knot. Pull it really tight so that hole gets nice and cinched closed. I'm going to do it again because here on this channel, I, am an excessive knotter. I knot things. So it comes back up through that loop. Anyway, the way I worked it just now. And it's got 2 knots on there. So now I'm going to feed this needle. I'm going to actually take the other end. I'm going to fish my hand through to the other side so I can feel the needle coming through and I don't catch any other of the stitches on the way through. I'm going to grab the needle, pull it, so I have it in the other end now. And then I'm going to pull this inside. I'm going to pull this other end inside. Do we have a friend out there, kitty cat? Why are you not coming? Hold on. I'm going to grab the other end while I'm at it. All right. And then fold it in half like that. Doesn't have to be perfect right now with how it's folded. You can fix that afterwards. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep, hold on. I'm going to keep this in the center here. I'm going to find my other tail, my silver here. I'm actually going to cut this a little bit shorter so it's a little easier to work with. So, I mean, sometimes with these hats, you have a lot of waste, and that's just what comes with the territory. I'm going to pull this, cinch it closed. Oh my gosh, these kids, I swear. Okay, so I'm just going to pull this and do like I did the other end and just make sure that all the stitches go down. Make sure this stays up at the top. What I like to do is cinch this closed. I'm going to take and knot it like I did before, and then I'm going to knot these two together. So I'm going to take this, go inside the hole, and like I said, grab that strand that I'm pulling on. This strand is fed through those stitches, and so I'm pulling on, that's that strand that you see on the needle. That's the same strand I'm pulling on. So I'm going to pull that through. And I'm going to go through the loop here, and that's what's going to create the knot. I'm just going to do the one knot and pull it tight. I'm going to pull this, grab the yellow one, and I'm actually going to knot these two together. So I do my two twists, or my two wraps. I pull it tight. Do it again. You can do it as many times as you want. Another knot. And then I'm going to take my scissors. Actually, hold on, no. I'm going to put my tapestry needle, put both strands through. One of them's longer than the others, so I need to cut one shorter. There we go. That way. Okay. And then all you're going to do is you're going to find the center. I just like to feed it into the center here. And then I stick my hand up through here, pull them apart. Make sure these two layers are pulled apart, and you can actually feed these tails between the layers. I pulled this really tight. I got this nice and tight up here. Normally I don't have this issue. So I just feed my tails between the layers and make sure that I don't have any extra stitches on there. I don't think I do. And you just let the needle pop through somewhere. Pull your tails out. Cut them short. Again, waist. And then you just pull this up, and the tails disappear into the hat. So if I flip this inside out, hopefully I have no tails. So they're hidden inside. So there's our hat. There's the gold side and the silver side. So when you flip this up, you have a brimmed hat. It's a little, these don't fit me. I'm not a brimmed hat person. I think I'm more of me, and they do stretch out a little bit. You will get that, but that's okay. And then I can put a pom-pom on that. But then what I also like to do when I pull them off is I flick them and they stretch out. All right, I'm going to turn this camera off. Okay. I'm going to take this down. So yeah, there you go. There's a hat. Drop my phone. Let me grab the pom-poms. You guys can help me pick a pom-pom. I need one that'll go with both sides. So, I might do this black one that I have in here. They look like little fur balls in here. I think I'm gonna do this one. It's got a side going to it. Maybe I won't use this one. But the thing to get pom-poms to be flippy again is to use a hair dryer on them. I think to get this one to a little funky. So to do these, and you can put them on either side. It doesn't matter what side you put this on. Find one of my little ball print things. You're welcome. I don't know which one of these I want to use. Okay, take my crochet hook, cover the end of it like this so that way it doesn't catch the yarn. And I'm going to push it through the centers, if I can find them. Well, I got close enough. And then I'm going to snag the loop that comes on these pom-poms that I have. And I'm going to pull it through. I snagged yarn. Okay, I'm trying to get this because I got a strand of yarn here. There we go. And then I'm just using the crochet hook to help me pull it up so I can feed this through, which holds the pom-pom on. And you don't feel those. So there's a little pom-pom hat for you. There you go. Standing ovation. I mean, I don't know if I like that color with the gold. I don't know. What do y'all think? I feel really silly in pom-pom hats. I don't feel like I'm a pom-pom. It feels very, like I said, this is almost a little bit of a slouchy. It looks really silly to me. It needs to go this way. Nope. The pom-pom's all funky. It feels like it's too small. I feel like I need a bigger one on there. Anyway, there's a hat for you. Not my best work, in my opinion, but there you go. This pom-pom it may just need to be fluffed, and that's why it's giving me angst. All done. What y'all think of that? I mean, it goes to show you, I got all that done in under an hour and a half. But I was also stopping and talking, so. That played into the time as well. I got lots of yarn I need to go through to add or to make hats with. So I just want to get this thing out and, use it. Put some of my... I'm trying to decide if I want to add this to my chain ball because it's a little bit thinner than regular 4-weight, but it is a 4-weight. I think it would be fine. It's just, it's a thin 4. So I'm trying to decide if I want to add it to the chain ball or not. Because there's enough here to add a little bit between these two. This was, oh, this was the little piece I made on my Addie egg right there, because it makes a cord, a thicker cord. It's a 6-pin versus the smaller one that I have, the 4-pin Prim, maybe? I don't remember what brand that other one is. Oh no! Oh my goodness, that's crazy, Frizzy. Those kittens are definitely keeping you on your toes. And Ganny Joe, good morning. Lexi is awake now, so I wish everyone a very blessed Friday. Well, thank you for being here. I know I just said hi to you, but you've been here. I miss people's... Ah! I'm dumping stuff out here. Now, I do have these pom-pom holders I got, I think off of Etsy. But they're a little bit tougher to use because of how you have to feed them through one hole and into the other. And I like these better because you just go around the outside of the piece and it holds them. And then the Southpaw also makes these. This is what you can use for what's called Fri-yay. It makes those little dots or those little hearts. But yeah, I have several packages of these that I need to use from the Southpaw person. And then we got this little Frog It or Fix It chip. I think this is like one of those chips that you can like flip up in the air and, you know, figure out, am I going to fix it or frog it? I need one that says like finish it or frog it. Here's some more of the little pom-pom keepers. I don't really want to keep these because I don't know if I'm going to use them, but my goodness. When I buy stuff from her, she sends me little samples of these, but I also buy some of them off of her too. So, but like these are little thank you ones sometimes, these little small packages. Well, you got a cat that's not scared of water. And I need to use these up, y'all. I got lots of hats to make with pom-poms, to put pom-poms on. Oh, I should put one of these on my hat. It says handcrafted yarn crafts by Amber. Handmade yarn crafts by Amber. That's what I was calling myself before, so I need to use these up too. So funny thing is, our cat does not like water, but she will play with her water bowl, her water fountain. She will sit there and play with it and get it, and you know, and she gets soaked too, but she doesn't like water. She doesn't like to get in the water like that. I need to put one of these on there. What are the chips for pom-poms? Yeah, so the pom-poms get held on by those little chip things. There we go. I like these better because the yarn, you just have to feed it into those little notches on the sides, where the other ones I was showing you with the 2 holes, I don't like those. So I need to figure out what to do with them. It needs floofed. Hair dryers work really good to floof them. I've used them a few times. Let's see if I can put one of these on here. haven't actually used these yet. I don't think. I don't think. There we go. No worries, Frizzy. You're busy. I don't mind repeating if I have to. It's fine. It's fine. Only time it's not is when it's my kids, you know. Like, I've already said it twice. I'm not going to repeat myself. Or there's times where I won't even repeat it a second time. I'll be like, I've already said it once. I don't want to say it again. Like, they'll be like, what? You heard me the first time. I know you did. All right, so she puts them on like this. No, hold on. Like this. Ah. Do, 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 do. Oh, jeez. It helps to fold it over. Only when the water's off, right? See, that's upside down. I need to figure out how to put this on here. I haven't actually used these, so it's a learning process trying to figure out which way it goes. Like when it folds up, I want it to be like this, but it's not going to. Like these got made upside down. I can't use these because they would be upside down. When I put them on, they're supposed to be like so when you put them on, it's supposed to be like this, like it gets folded up. Oops, what did I just do there? I tried to do something. My little needle holder tried to do something there. Like when it gets flipped up, it's upside down. So I can't use these. They're useless. If I put them on a hat that doesn't fold up, they're fine. I am doing the new Luck of the Draw. Yes, I'm doing I'm going to do the 5x5 and what's funny is I was already going to do it before she had mentioned it in her video, because when she was doing the live, someone had brought it up and I was like, that would be fun to do. And I've been thinking of doing that anyway, where you pick 5 stitches and 5 colors and you assign numbers to the 5 stitches and numbers to the 5 colors. And you do the stitch in that color that gets drawn for the week. As we say, I don't choose my cat. Right. I ain't saying it twice. You heard. I know you heard me the first time. Okay, I ran out of room to put my little contraption back in here. This is a box I got with stuff from her from the Southpaw Fiber Arts, and I literally just use it as a storage box. It's a nice little storage box. And somehow I ran out of room. Just throw it in there for now. And I just keep all my Addie stuff in here, like my tension guides and stuff. Mostly the stuff from her is in here. Yeah, I'll show you. I know I only have a few more minutes, but I'll show you what I was planning on. So I have these random skeins of yarn around here that I have like 2 of. This one I have 4, but or 3. This one I have 3, but the rest I have like 2 of these, 3 of these. I have 2 of these. There's another one somewhere. I have 2 of these. I only have 1 of these, but I figured if I need more, I can go get another one. Hopefully, Hobby Lobby still has this Dakota. And these are my 5 colors. And this is my main. I mean, these 2 are probably going to blend into each other, but that's okay. I think it'll be all right. I think those 2 will go just fine together because I don't have another Hobby Lobby yarn in a solid. Or I could use this color as my solid. But then it kind of blends in with this one. So like that yarn is in there. Yep. Oh, I don't know which one I want to use. I don't have any other Hobby Lobby yarn that would work as a contrast. Maybe put the name on the inside. You're not doing this one. I am. I want to do it with my new blanket design. So that way I can test it myself and write it up and then get other people to test it. And right now I already have somebody that is going to test it for me. I don't know. I don't have any other Hobby Lobby yarn. Scrap yarn. Like I'm trying to keep it all the same brand, just for poops and giggles. I just don't know what I would. I think I'm just gonna stick with my original plan and just go with this linen color. And do those. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. So basically, Steven, the way they were saying, just pick them and make it work. But I wanted ones that I could do multiples of 2 and only have to do a 1 row repeat. Like I wouldn't have to do 2 rows to make the stitch. So my stitches are the crossed double without the chain in between. So it's just the double crochets crossed without the chain in between them. Twins in a stitch. So basically the V without the chain in the center. The bead stitch, the Suzette stitch, and the nubbly stitch. Yes. So I'm just gonna do the extended half double crochet as my in between color, in between stitch, as my stabilizer stitch. So it's gonna be a variation of a half double, but without doing the half double. I really like the extended half double crochet, the way the texture it gives on one side and the look that it gives on both sides. I just don't know what color I want to use in between these. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Double crochet cross. Yeah, I love the cross stitch. I think I'm just going to go with the color I originally planned on. Yep. I think that's what I'm going to do. What is the last one? Stitches. So I'm doing the crossed double, the twins in a stitch, the bead stitch, the Suzette stitch, and the nubbly stitch. And the nubbly was is single crochet, no, treble, single crochet, treble, single crochet, treble. It just alternates those two. And it makes like a faux bobble stitch, I guess is what Mama Swift was saying. And then my 6th stabilizer stitch will be my main stitch and main color will be the extended half double. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So I have my little board. I pulled this out of some trash cardboard. It came in a Ziploc bag package that I had got from Costco for it came in a bulk of the different sizes, and this was like a spacer to keep the shorter boxes at the same level as the bigger boxes. So I got to figure out how to punch holes. Actually, I think I might just tape my stitches across, or my yarn across here. I gotta find my tape though. All right, so I'm gonna cut little strands off of these real quick. This one's a little tough because it's variegated with different colors. That should be all right though. Ooh, some of these are going to be tough to know the difference between because of how they're variegated. Might have to do longer strands of it. I don't know. I know, those holders are awesome, but I will wait to get one. Because her shop's closed right now, so. Anyway, I gotta get off here. It's after 9 o'clock. I got my strips pulled off. So I need to figure out what my number 5 color is. And my stitch that I'm going to start with was the nubbly stitch. So it doesn't like you. Oh, goodness. Okay. Well, I hope you guys had fun watching me make a hat on the Addy. Let me know in the comments after this live's over, if you're watching the replay as well, what kind of things do you want to see on the Addy? Do you want to see me make more hats, blankets? Again, I haven't done a ton, so anything past a hat and a blanket is going to be new frontier for me, and you'll be learning right along with me. So, luck of the draw 14. Yes, that is what I'm talking about. I try to start one every time, and I have yet. Well, I finished my one bag. I just got to put all the tails in. I got to sew all the tails in on it. So, I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. Please stay safe and healthy, and come back to me on Monday. And don't forget, you are somebody to somebody and loved. Have a great weekend. Bye.